Welcome to the OAPN Podcast with your host, Adarsh Sakare. No bullshit, no cuts. 100% raw conversations with 0% fucks to give. We don't encourage the consumption of alcohol, but if you want to open up a cold one while you watch this, it's not a bad idea.
Welcome to episode number 93 of On a Personal Note with Adarsh Sakare. Honestly, it's been a while since we shot. It's not always easy to keep these rolling. Sometimes you have things that happen that come in the way of other things that you had planned. But happy to be back. It's been a few weeks since we shot. We're back again with another special episode. On the last episode, we had Niranjan, of course, currently representing India. And, that is a story that at least motivated all of us here a lot. And if you haven't watched that, you should definitely check that out. Today, I think we have a guest that had to come along for sure. That had to come along at some point. We knew that this is going to happen and we were waiting for it. Just happy that it's happening today. Before I speak more about him, let's say hi to Sudarshan Rangaprasad.
Hello viewers. Hi Adarsh. Thank you so much for having me over here. Yeah. But I'm actually feeling very bad, man. You should have called me after 7 people. I would have really, I would have been so blessed and happy, and I would have just,
number 100
jumped on every single cloud on the planet. So, but okay, no problem. That actually tells me that I need to work harder. I'm not as special. I'm so hurt.
The reality is even we don't know who's coming in at 100.
I want to murder him or her.
Wow.
Who's this? So the person who comes on the 100th, watch out for me. You're not going to go back home alive.
Now
I'm so jealous.
I don't know what to tell him, because if you saw the options who we are looking at, I don't know. Let's see.
I don't know. I'm already angry now.
There you go. So Sudarshan is here, and of course, Sangeetha is here with us in the studio as well. And post Sangeetha's episode, we knew that at some point we'll get Sudarshan on to share his story. What's kind of stood out for me about Sudarshan is this, first of all, understanding not only where he comes from, but having this courage to explore different areas, right? So there's been this time in stand-up, there's been this time directing and producing, there's been this time of making content consistently, and there's been this
like substandard content. Let me just put it out there.
We'll talk about it. There's of course been a lot of effort being put into being a stand-up comedian, and there's a lot of him on the internet. If you haven't watched, you should definitely check it out. But definitely I think that courage to experiment is something that always at least makes me interested in finding out where you really want to go with all of this, right? Because it's interesting. It's very unique that people try out so many things without thinking twice. And I think it has a lot to do with listening to your heart, because when you do listen to your heart, you do realize that you end up trying out a lot of things, right? And that's what kind of happens. And of course, a lot of things that have worked out. Congrats on the serial that you got,
thanks.
Bhagyalaxmi, right?
Yes.
How's that going?
Oh, that's going fantastic. So we are currently on the top in our channel, and I think we are number 2 in the whole of Karnataka. And the best part is, so the serial has been dubbed in like 3 to 4 languages, and now it has been officially taken on as a remake in Hindi.
Oh, really?
So in that way, I'm sure that just speaks for where the project is.
That's nice. That must have been one of the mainstream breaks.
Definitely.
Yeah. So the serial has worked out very well for him. The movie point of view. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Now,
I myself have forgotten about it.
Wow.
I'm like, damn.
Yeah. That is something that stood out for me, because, he came out explicitly and said, when people just back out at the last moment, instead of scrapping something, then you figure out ways to still get it out there, right? And I'm very interested in talking about that, because those are the kind of projects that really speak about you, and not really the ones that work out in every way possible. And yeah, if you've known Sudarshan, I'm sure you must have watched many of his interviews in the past. And this is another chance for you, for sure, to kind of dwell into certain topics that maybe you haven't heard him speak about. Yeah, so join in. Thanks, Sudarshan. Thanks again.
Thank you, Adarsh. I actually felt like I was sitting with a psychiatrist. I was just trying to peel every single thing that I've done.
Yeah.
Where am I in this journey? I was actually I was looking within and going deep into my subconscious and all. But then thank you so much for such a kind intro.
Oh, wow.
Sometimes
no, I really like to dissect.
Yeah. Oh man, I felt like that cockroach in that second PUC lab. So
yeah. I just do it for fun, honestly.
Yeah. I know. I can see that. I can see that spark in your eyes, man.
Oh shit. Anyway,
Yeah.
So how are you feeling today, Sudarshan? How are things?
Yeah. Today I'm very excited. Just the fact that I just left home 2 hours back.
2 hours ago.
So what all is sore in my body right
Wow.
now, because you stay at the other part of the city and I stay at the other part. But then
Not easy getting here.
to be very honest, I'm very, very excited to be on the show today.
Glad. But how's life treating you?
Life is actually very good as of now. It's very unpredictable, but then I've been used to this unpredictability and things always being under chaos. Nothing being in order, and the minute you think that everything's settled in, suddenly life comes across and slaps you on your butt. So that's how life has been going. But absolutely no complaints at all. It's going good. A little hectic though.
Hectic.
Yeah, because doing TV it's not an easy job. So it's a job of around 16 hours a day, including the travel, because like I said, I stay in the other part of the town, and most of the shoot happens in the south of Bangalore. So traveling to that place, and then you've got like 14 hours of shoot, and and serial is all about dialogues.
Yeah.
And my character, it's all I don't know, I think the writer just loves me so much. So she actually gives me like page-long dialogues. So I'll have to memorize those dialogues and mouth them. So yeah, it's very hectic.
I saw glimpses of the serial because of course I'm not too much into watching these serials. So
get it.
I did sit and check it out, and I did feel like there's a reason they chose you, because part of it is something that's almost coming out naturally.
Yeah. Sometimes I feel they actually chose me because of my receding hairline.
Oh my god.
Yeah, because they wanted a guy who looks middle-aged but not too old, not too young, somewhere in the middle, someone who's not too talented nor not talented, somewhere in the middle. And so I think I just fit this bill of being perfectly average. Wow. So in all departments, so I keep joking people, I'm not so tall, not so dark, not so handsome, not so talented, not so rich. So I think I represent the average
can get.
Perfect, man. Yeah. So I'm that 60% guy.
Wow,
so that's what I am.
That's a nice way of looking at it. But so what? This serial was what it made you feel like things are finally starting to work, or did it? Do you feel more accomplished now? I mean, is that what it is?
I would say so at least one door has opened, because I wanted to get into this professionally around 16 years back. Okay. So it's been a lot of struggle, and so this opportunity, so if you say accomplishment, I would not put it into this bucket of accomplishment, but then I would say recognition in some way or the other, because you do have people talking to you and appreciating you, and you get that reciprocation. So you feel that you finally have a place to showcase, what you set out for like years ago.
There's more respect for
yeah. So I feel this is a good start, but I know for a fact that this does not warrant or guarantee a career for me ahead.
Yeah.
So I'm very aware of that. I have that maturity.
It's also because there's no way Sudarshan is all about this.
And the psychiatrist comes alive.
But true, no?
Dissection. Now I feel like that cockroach again.
But true, no?
Yeah, yes, true. Go on. You go on. I don't know which part are you dissecting now.
I haven't even started.
Yeah. Oh.
Where have I started dissecting? You tell me. If I really start dissecting, then
Okay.
I'm still talking about your characters. Wait until I start talking about you.
Foreplay is only so good. I can only imagine what's going to happen next. Okay.
Oh shit. Foreplay is good. Nice way of looking at it.
So, what were you saying?
You distracted me with foreplay. But yeah, I was saying Sudarshan is not all about playing a character in a serial. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, it does not end here.
What are the pursuits? I'm asking, what are the pursuits may motivate you more than this?
See, ultimately it's direction. Okay, so what I really enjoy is writing. So it's writing, directing, and then acting. So eventually I would want to become a director. So that is what drives me the most.
That is clear.
Yeah, that's very clear. It has always been clear from the start. So sometimes actors who cannot make it end up becoming directors, but it's not the case for me. I was very clear because I come from a theater background, and I've come from this theater.
Yeah, I forgot to mention that.
Yeah, there you go. I made your interview easy now. Okay, so I come from this theater background where I've been extensively trained on this format of theater called as playback theater. So what we used to do in playback theater was we did not have any script or story when we go on stage. We used to create stuff on the spot just by taking a few suggestions from the audience. So since then, I've been, drawn to this fact of just creating stuff. So in a way, it kind of, it had its impact on me getting into writing. I mean, the fact is nothing really...
Form of theater.
Yes. That form of theater, it kind of conditioned me into, getting into this creative process. And writing is ultimate, man. I mean, I would put that above everything else, above acting, above direction, everything else. Because, from a blank page, you're completely creating stuff. So that's the mother of creation.
Yeah. That's where it originates.
That's where it actually happens.
Everything else is after that.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's nice. Nice. So we'll kind of dwell into some of these fields a little more.
Yeah.
But of course, 100% need on the episode to go back.
Yeah.
Go back as much as possible in terms of where things began. And some usual questions for me to kind of get the whole picture. One, where did you grow up?
So I'm Pakka Bangalore, man. So I grew up at Malleshwaram.
Okay.
So I grew up within those temples. So I was supposed to be a very what do you say?
Saintly.
A very saintly, pure, exactly. Devotional, but I turned out to be the opposite of it.
This is where we need Sangeetha here.
Don't bring her here, especially here. Don't bring her. I'm a Pakka Bangalore boy. So I was born and raised in Malleshwaram, and then we moved to a place called Mathikere. So typical Bangalore, man. I've been around the typical idlis, masala dosas, and that culture.
Bangalore bread.
But most of my years when I grew up, it was within a cosmopolitan community because when we moved out from Malleshwaram, when we moved to Mathikere, we went into an apartment. So in the apartment, maybe I was just around 2 Kannada families.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it was
rare.
Yeah, very rare. So I was around Gujaratis, Malayalis, Tamilians, Telugites. So it was a very cosmopolitan environment that I've grown up in. So that was my upbringing, and maybe even today I have that influence where I'm pro cosmopolitanism. Cosmopolitanism. I don't even know if there's a word like that.
That's a word, but
if that's the word, exactly. So that's what I really echo, and that's what I align with.
And school?
So school, I studied at the school called Purna Pragna. I have to tell you
branch?
the story. So this is Purna Pragna in Sadashiv Nagar.
Okay.
Yeah, and the best part was it was near actor Dr. Rajkumar's house.
Okay.
So the most memorable thing about our school was, I don't even know if I have to say this, man. Okay. So whatever used to happen, like all the movies used to be shot right opposite our school. So we have seen Rajkumar sir shooting right in front of our school. We've seen all the sons shooting in front of our school. So maybe now when as I speak to you about this, I think, somewhere did that movie influence maybe just latch on,
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
Maybe if that wasn't there,
you never know.
Not have.
Because I've seen like tons of shootings. The best shoot that I saw was Upendra's film. Yadu Raghavendra Rajkumar film? Swastik. Oh man, that movie,
You saw the shoot.
Yeah, I saw the shoot. I saw the performances. I was blown out. Damn, I think I'm loving your interview, man. This is like crazy introspection. I'm being very honest. I actually thought of all these things now.
We are still in foreplay.
Yeah. Look at this. Still in foreplay. Foreplay is so enjoyable.
Of course it is. You can't skip it, boss.
Can't skip it. But times today, you just need to get the job done. But yeah, but it's important. So through this interview, we want to stress on the importance that foreplay is very, very important.
Not an episode I was expecting, but I like where it's going. So Puna Pragna.
Yeah.
So of course you had friends also who were watching these shoots and anyone else got inspired? Only you turned out.
No, man, I think I was the only unfortunate one. And I tell you unfortunate because, sometimes having such a craze in this field of art, it's more of a curse than a boon, man. It just completely messes you up. Because I was a good student, I was actually, I was a typical nerd.
Seriously, Sangeetha?
Yeah. See?
I have proof boss today. Anything I doubt, I look here.
You'll ask.
Usually I'll have to think.
Today
if I doubt, I look at her, I'll get the answer.
Yeah. So I was actually I was studying very well. So I scored like some 93 or something in 10th and PUC I got into MES. So there also in PUC also I scored very good marks. I think somewhere around 94 or something in PUC. I know it doesn't make sense.
Science or what?
Yeah, science. And then I got into Ramaya College, mechanical.
Oh.
So if you see, I'm
all your notes on.
Exactly. And then when I joined engineering, I realized that, I wasted my time studying so hard.
Oh, I see.
Damn,
Not
why?
required one.
Yeah.
And you have siblings?
Yes, I do. I have a younger brother.
What's he up to?
Yeah, so he was in Dubai all these years. So now he's come down. So this point of view that you were talking about, he's a biker.
Oh wow!
He's a biker and he's constantly, using those GoPros and Insta 360s and stuff like that. So it was because of him I ended up making this movie completely, which was shot in a first-person.
All vlog style.
Yeah, vlog style. Yeah,
I like that. We'll talk about point.
Yeah.
So you have a younger brother and you grew up in Pune Pragna, went to MES, went to Ramaya. So Ramaya, Ramaya, any opportunities showing you, proving yourself culturally, things like that? Where did that start?
Yeah.
That cultural expression.
Actually speaking, I think it started after Ramaya, after I got into a corporate job.
So what, in engineering also nothing?
Yeah, nothing, because I was just busy. See, because I was in mechanical and all throughout my life, I was a nerd. Okay.
Even and engineering on.
Engineering starting. Okay. And then suddenly, I don't know, something happened because I got into mechanical. The classroom was full of 200 guys. I badly needed a girl in my life. And my only purpose of my life at that time was to find a girlfriend, because I never had a girlfriend then. And that's what I did. That's what I was busy. And I don't know where those 4 years just went. I could have utilized.
Found a girlfriend.
Yeah.
Not Sangeetha, right?
No, not Sangeetha.
Of course.
Oh shit, damn.
I wanted to say that.
That's what.
Yeah. Sangeetha was much later.
Much later.
Yeah.
Oh, so you did have an engineering breakup then?
Yeah. Not that I broke up. She ended up breaking up. But
debatable.
Yeah, that's like a typical. Yeah. But yeah, so I was just, so engineering life was all about, just being in a relationship, trying to pass your semesters, and that's all, man.
So what, scores went down or?
Scores, horribly went down.
Because of that?
Hers went up. God knows how. I don't know. I think this is the thing about guys. When we fall in love, I think we fall in life. We fall in grades. What happens to us, man? Love is supposed to make us rise, but the rise does not I mean, it does happen in other ways, but the rise, dude, but the rise does not happen in life. Why?
It's one over the other. You don't get both.
I just don't know. And you ask any engineering student who's in love, man, that bugger's life is worthless. Just stay single, boys. You'll achieve so much more in life.
Wow. It went
God.
south very quickly.
Crazy.
So there was a real heartbreak over it.
Yeah. That time. Yeah, it was, man. It's like, end of life. I'll probably be single forever.
So your writing started there then?
No, not there. It actually started in after I joined the corporate industry. Those buggers juice you out like crazy, man. This corporate industry, who the hell even came up with this concept? Man, we'll talk about that.
We'll talk about corporate. In fact, I would love to get your take on this, right? Because this is a really nice topic.
Yeah.
Right, your view on corporate life. I definitely want to get into that. But just so that I don't skip this part of your life. So engineering, no stage shows.
So this one thing used to happen. So I never did anything during engineering. So the only stage shows that I used to do was during my childhood. Apartment functions and stuff like that. That was the only thing. Like stage shows, man. They'll have that shamiana which hasn't been washed for some 35 years. They'll put that. They'll organize one function. There'll be one stage which keeps shaking for every single step that you take, and then you end up imitating a set of characters. You have those karans and kirans and I don't know what like those typical plays and stuff. So that was my only world of acting and stuff. So during engineering, there was this one thing that I did was I used to do part-time jobs because I had a girlfriend. I could not ask extra pocket money. That time I was a simple middle-class family, and I used to feel guilty for asking money. And I can't ask money from my parents for my girlfriend.
For your girlfriend. You can't even tell them.
Yeah. So I thought, so I took up these odd jobs like, distributing pamphlets and so that time F1 used to, exactly, promoter jobs. I used to work at pubs. So these Kingfisher used to have these offers that time.
Promotions.
Like giving free beers whenever an F1 race used to happen. I think that time Vijay Mallya had a car or something. No, something.
He surely doesn't have anything.
Yeah, now I think. Now car bhi nahi, bar bhi nahi. So kuch bhi nahi.
Nice.
Who knows, dude? Even when they're poor, they'll be like some 300 times richer than us.
That's true.
Yeah. So I used to do these odd jobs where it was almost like. In a way, I would say I used to put on an act. I used to be an actor because I was always among people, and you always had to maintain this face like this.
Grab that attention.
Yeah, grab that. Yeah.
Sell something.
Yeah, correct. Yeah. Just telling those people to just stand in a line and distributing pamphlets itself was like a task. That was like a performance for me. So doing these odd jobs.
Decent money also was coming.
Oh, great money, man. See, that time, 300 rupees.
300?
Yeah, 300 rupees per day, okay? That time it was like too good. I was bloody rich that time. 300 rupees. I still remember I had taken my parents to Leela Palace that time because I was doing...
300 rupees?
No. This was because of one of these promoter jobs, okay? So I told my parents, come, I'll take you to Leela Palace. In the next banquet hall, I was distributing pamphlets. They didn't know about this. But I used to come back out here. I used to be like, no, this is my friends and stuff like that. So, yeah.
Nice. This is real middle class hustle.
Typically,
Proper middle class hustle, right? The need to, you think Leela Palace is the
seriously
scene, right? You've arrived.
Yeah, really.
At that point.
Brigade Road, Leela Palace. So these things are like your ultimate, man. Oh.
Yeah.
And going into a pub. Oh,
Yeah,
that time there used to be this pub called Sticks, I think, on Brigade Road. I'm not sure if you guys, I don't even remember the name. I didn't even know what to order. I hadn't even had a single beer in my life that time. I used to order some pineapple punch with some yellow color umbrella and all. So, but then, after you start earning, you just go, beer. He'll ask, which beer? I'm like, which beer? Beer. Get me beer.
Whatever hits.
Whatever. Simply. Whatever makes me burp. That's all. Bring beer.
Nice. So engineering gets done.
Yeah.
What's next step?
So what's next was, so I was just this average student in engineering, just the 60% I used to manage at that time. But the funny part was I was one among the first to get placed from my batch. And so I got through this company called Accenture that time. And getting into a company like Accenture was like very big.
Which year is this?
So this was in 2004 I started my engineering. 2008 I finished. So 2008.
Oh wow.
2008, yeah. So I got recruited through these campus placements.
More than 15 years.
I still remember in the interview, this bugger, he made me do 20 push-ups. I was like, why are you making me do push-ups?
Roadies or what?
HR, yeah. Yeah, seriously. Made me do push-ups. Yeah, see, now I'm thinking of it. And then some of these group discussions, something and all like this used to happen. Yeah. So I got in, I got through this company. And then, so got into Accenture. But that life after joining corporate was amazing.
Is it?
That was like an extended college where you also get paid.
Yeah. Immediately.
Yeah.
That's nice, yeah.
So that life was fun, man. I mean, that was the best initial years.
How long did you stay at Accenture?
I stayed for about 4 years in Accenture. And then I took a break to go do my MBA. So while I was in Accenture, again, this thing about continuing my relationships, continuing that thing that used to happen. Thank God she's not seeing. Okay. Damn.
Oh, you were still in a relationship?
No, yeah. I mean, I got it. Yeah. No. Yeah, I got into another relationship.
That's what you had moved on to.
Yeah. So my focus was never about building a life or really finding yourself, identifying what your passion is and all that. You had money, just go party. You're in a relationship. You have a great group of friends. Just keep going out. Just keep having fun. It was only that. So for about 2 years, it was just this. And then suddenly one fine day, I'm like, you have these things, that eureka thing and something about bathrooms, man.
Oh, yes.
You ask any creative guy
for thinking.
Yeah, I'm sure it happens to you also. You get the you get the most creative ideas. You find life solutions and whatever, man. Everything just becomes clear in that bathroom.
Yeah.
So God bless bathroom. So whoever invented that, thank you so much. So one fine day, I'm just sitting over there and then, looking up the ceiling and I'm like, damn, something has to happen out of this life. So at that point of time, I started, like questioning myself. I'm like, what am I doing? I'm just, I had this, I was like really huge, I had like tires and proper, my face was like a football, just partying. And I wanted to get into fitness also, like slim down and do something. That's when, I wanted to get into acting, like properly, because that apartment influence where I used to do these apartment shows, that used to keep coming back into my mind. I was like, maybe, this is my passion. It keeps telling you. The minute you start hearing yourself, you hear those whispers very loudly.
You know exactly what you need to do.
Yeah. All the solutions are within oneself is what I believe. 100%. Okay, you just need to just listen to it. And that's when I thought, okay, so let me get back into this. And then I joined a theatre group. I wanted to get into movie acting directly, but then stage was something I used to do during my younger days. So I decided.
Why you wanted to?
Yeah. So I wanted to get back into stage. So at that time, I told my friends and my girlfriend also about, I wanted to get into this, and they were all very encouraging. So I got into English theatre.
Wow.
Yeah. So I got into English theatre. So this theatre group's name was called as Yours Truly Theatre. It was a very unique theatre at that point of time. It was run by a gentleman called Ranji David, who's still my mentor, and another lady called Nandini Rao. Okay. So they were like doing very classic form of theatre, man. I mean, it's not like your regular Sherlock Holmes. Completely English. It was not like your regular Sherlock Holmes style, come and say some English which even Shakespeare won't understand. This was all like proper theatre. Like I said, playback theatre, improvisational theatre. So what has become like improv, very mainstream and like below the belt masala. This was elite at that time. Elite, very sophisticated, and was so this theatre used to solve people's issues. We used to take the stories of people suffering from something, from health issues, social issues, or family issues. We used to perform the stories on the stage. We used to provide a resolution on the stage, which used to be a psychological healing for them.
Nice.
So I had a great time doing this
like
theatre.
An experience for the audience.
Oh man, completely, because it's their story.
You believe with something.
Exactly. So it was completely improvisational, and this just changed my life. It was like, I wanted to be into this creative field forever because nothing gave me more happiness.
You were doing along with your job?
Along with my job. So yeah, I've never quit my job. I still am working.
You even now?
Yeah, don't ask me the name of my company. They're going to chuck me out.
I'll not. I didn't know.
Yeah. So I shoot in the morning, I work at night. So
what are you saying?
Yeah. It's a little tough, but then what I believe is, no matter how much you hate your job, you need to find something that one for the kitchen, one for the soul.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
No, this makes everything interesting.
Yeah.
This makes everything very interesting. Of course, theatre never paid, right? I mean...
Never. I mean, everybody was just doing it for the passion of it.
Yeah.
There was no monetary model involved in it. And we used to go to NGOs and perform. So, I mean, you cannot really expect a payment. And I didn't want to also. See, the minute you start expecting payment from the field of art or such fields, I mean, even like a podcast that you're conducting, I mean, this falls into this art bucket.
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
100%.
And it's filled with a lot of unpredictability, uncertainty.
Yeah.
And it works. It doesn't. There is no set formula.
Yeah.
So you actually need something, to feed. And if you depend on this for money, you would do a lot of compromise, and this ends up becoming like a job.
Yeah.
I didn't want my passion to become a profession, and then I start hating Mondays.
That's nice.
No. So I want
So you never left your job?
I never left my job. I did. I left my job twice in my career.
And what happened?
And I regretted it.
Yeah?
Because every time I used to quit my job and think that my passion is going to serve me, it somehow hasn't. Maybe I am unlucky. This is my story.
Unlucky? I don't know. That is your path.
Yeah, this is my path.
Yeah.
There have been many people who've quit their jobs and, they're doing great in their passion. Maybe I'm like that unlucky child who was born at an unlucky time, who has to suffer all his life, having legs on two different boats. And you know what happens if both the boats keep going in different directions. Damn. Very difficult. So that's what's happening in life.
That's nice.
Yeah.
So theatre gave you that opportunity.
Yeah. It did. It just opened a completely different world to me.
And where did the first that thought of okay, let me be on screen come through?
Yeah. So this thing was there.
Theatre and stand-up started?
No. Stand-up started like way later. That was like when I turned like I'll tell you why stand-up.
You came on camera first, or you went on stage for stand-up first?
I came on theatre first,
and then
I went on. I went in front of the camera. And then it was serials.
What
movies.
was that about?
Yeah, I'll tell you. So while I was doing theatre, I felt there needs to be some progression. Not that theatre is like something lesser or higher. But I wanted to get into this field of TV and film, mainly film. At that point of time, I joined this film institute. Okay, this damn film institute, man, a bunch of jokers. Okay, I went and ended up teaching them acting. Those buggers, the way they sold their course to me, I thought after Kamal Hassan or Rajkumar, it's me, bro. My expressions they're going to see and they're just going to get floored.
And maybe they might have. You never have. And that's the problem. Nobody else was.
Actually, now to think of it, the guy who sold me the course is a great actor. He should have gotten into acting, man. So he sold me this acting course where one guy came. All he did was try to, make me act like a butterfly, jump like a frog, and God knows what all old templates of acting that they have, which I find it really silly. So that I did, but then one good thing that happened was I got through. For an audition, a serial production company had come over there. So they casted me in this role of Indra, but this was for Kannada.
No.
Now, this is when I realized, though I speak Kannada at home, and acting in Kannada and saying dialogues is different. Okay? Just speaking in Kannada and saying dialogues in Kannada, it's different. It's different.
Wow,
People think it's the same. It's not. Number one. Number two, saying mythological dialogues in old style Kannada.
Old Kannada is
Which is actually like it's Kannada which is dipped in Sanskrit. Dude, I came from English theatre. On stage, you give me like a, good, I can even say Shakespeare dialogues with a good flow, okay? Now I have to do mythological Kannada serial. Okay, fine, auditions and all happened.
This was what, for a serial?
This was for a serial, okay? So the serial was called as Sita. It was about Ramayana. Okay. So I got this Indra's role. I was excited because it was Indra. I thought, okay, fine. It's going to be a very glamorous role. I'll have some, some 30, 40 girls around me. I'll look like really cool and stuff like this. But then I go over there. Oh man, I'm like shocked in that environment, okay? Because this was shot in a green screen environment.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Completely green screen. That is new to me because the film institute where I went to learn acting, they didn't know what a green screen was. Okay. So I go over there and I didn't know, so there are these frames. Now this camera is right here. There is a certain amount of, there's a certain way I need to look. There's a, I need to walk to a focal point. There are a few techniques for acting. And if you set this shot for me now, I'm not supposed to go out, come back in or stand up.
Correct.
I need to stay in frame, right?
Yeah.
I didn't know any of this, man. So I just go there. He gave me a dialogue. First of all, I'm like shit scared about the dialogue. Okay.
You're already selected over.
Yeah, I'm selected. Now I'm like, so the shoot has started. I already feel like a star. God knows why. I thought I made it in life. Crazy. So I'm sitting over there. I don't know what's happening. So it's a Hindi director. My Hindi is pretty okay, but not like, that level at that point of time. It wasn't that good. It was pretty okay. So he's sitting somewhere far. He's speaking on a mic which is like echoing all around, and you can't understand it properly. And he's an old guy who does not have a pair of his dentures. So you can imagine, what can you understand, man?
This is
like,
not to be a roast.
Yeah, I mean, if he's so listen to this. What happened? Okay, so I didn't know these techniques, and he says action. So they don't even give you proper instructions. Okay, so that old Tatapa fellow, he's just sitting in one corner. Then you have these associate directors who don't understand what he's saying because he's Hindi. These guys are Kannada. There are many Tamil associate directors. They neither understand Hindi nor Kannada, and I'm over here who's not able to understand those dialogues. I don't know what to concentrate on, the expression or the acting or the girl who's standing next to me. What do I do? It's like a host of things just thrown at me. Okay, I'm in this different mental zone, and then he says action. I'm just supposed to sit and say this dialogue, but he did not give me proper instructions. I stood up. You know what happens? That old guy, he throws his pad, okay? That goes, I can even see the way the pad is like pitching and going. I was like...
At you?
Yeah, almost. He just threw it over here. I didn't know what happened.
Oh, intention was to hit you.
Yeah. I mean, no. The intention was to just miss me.
Oh, okay. So he's
yeah, he just wanted to scare me. So he walks, okay? He is about like 3.5 foot tall. Okay? He comes over here. He's like right... he's right below my chest, okay? I just feel like taking him and just, maybe just feeding him milk and all. But then he's got these vicious eyes. He comes to me, he looks at me, and in Hindi, he talks very respectfully about my mother, my sister, my father. Oh man, the respect he gave was just great.
What a start.
And he's so short, so there's a lag in that galia coming from down to up. But still I could feel the intensity of those galia. So after all the MCs, BCs, and he even told that
that's nasty.
Yeah, he just abused me like crazy.
Wow. Only because you stood up.
Yeah, only because I stood up. I was like, damn, where is my passion for acting, man? I mean, why would I have to come over here and get abused by a 3.5 foot guy in that too a language that I don't know properly, which takes like 3 seconds to reach me? I'm like, damn, this is not what I'm made for. And I went again, and that bugger, he had a crazy thing. He wanted me to fall at his feet. I know it's in that culture, right? You know where the pair chuna thing. I don't come from that culture. Okay, I don't do it for my parents. Also, it's not that I don't. It's not something that I disrespect. But every day I used to come over here, I had to go down his feet.
It's not your language of showing respect.
Yeah. I mean, he's first of all, like I said, he's 3.5 foot tall, man. So for me to go down from this height, it takes a lot of effort. And just to get abused every single day, I'm like, this is not meant for me, and I just quit the serial. I just I came out of it. It was very difficult for me to act also, and I thought, I was just a horrible actor. Acting is not for me.
This is a very rough start.
Very rough start, man. Very rough. And this happened on the first day of my...
So what, it made you doubt like everything?
Completely. I mean, not doubt. I was sure of it.
That this is not for me.
I was like, this is not for me. Maybe I'll just go back to English theatre where, I could just mouth some simple dialogues, go on stage and just do my stuff. Film acting, TV acting and all. It's camera. Acting in front of the camera is not for me. Veda Guru. So I stopped abusing my boss in my company also. I was like...
You respect him more
I started respecting him more.
You are at least tall.
Yeah. Dude, seriously, man. He is at least tall. Compared to him, I was short. I used to give him gali. So now, I was in my shoes. So I was like, okay, fine.
So then stand-up happened.
No. So after this, what happened? I actually got a chance to. I went back to that film institute again, because there was this small ray of hope. I told them, don't give me these serials, because I had this thing about serials and TV that people are like this, filled with people like this. Maybe movies are more cooler.
Wow.
So I had this perspective,
and fast forward to today, a serial is what?
Yeah, man. Look at this. So this is the one.
Amazing. Yeah.
So never abuse anything, guys.
Even if they're short.
Yeah. Yeah. Even if they take like 3-second lag. Okay. So I wanted to get into movies. So I told these people to just, just cast me in some of these roles. But then the kind of roles that I was getting was of a junior artist. So the definition, what a junior artist, right? I used to think I was getting casted as a character in a couple of movies. So around in some, I think.
Junior artist is basically like you're new and you have a small role. And
just those people who walk in the
background.
Yeah, walk in the background. That's it. And then you just walk beside the hero and you just sit over there, just keep eating while they're having their actual scene. So I did this for about 8 to 10 movies.
Really?
Yeah.
Any ones that?
There's only one which I found the video of. So this movie is called Rajnikanta from Dunya Vijay. Okay, so Dunya Vijay has acted in it, and so I found that video and I remember sharing it with you. Yeah, so that's the only video that I got.
Sitting and
that's also. I just walk along with the villain. I sit next to him inside a bus while he's trying to molest another girl. I'm like enjoying it, motivating him. I'm like, oh man, you should see my expressions, man, in that.
Very natural.
Oh, Martin Scorsese will cast me. Next movie, telling you, what is the Irishman came, no?
Irishman.
He's going to make something like, I don't know, some Mattikere man or something like that. He's going to cast me in that. I know that for a fact. What expressions
you get paid or what for these things?
For that?
For those sitting.
Oh, man. Yeah. I got paid some 250 rupees.
Come on. Exaggeration.
Yeah. No, I swear it. 250 rupees. That is for conveyance.
No.
Nothing, no payment and all. Nothing like that. So even for that, you'll have to, in the evening, you'll have to go stand in one queue, okay?
Or to collect your...
Yeah. You feel like, you're some... you're in a jail. You've committed some 30 murders, 40 rapes and you're standing over there. They make you...
You'd rather just go.
Yeah, I went also. In a couple of movies, I didn't even take payment. But I wanted to experience how it feels to be in a movie set. What exactly happens.
See that.
Yeah. So my perspective was I'm at least getting to see this very closely. I'm standing at a place where the director is composing a shot. So that was a very positive thing because I've done this for many large productions. So I would see, the amount of lights, the technical prowess stress that these production houses had, and the way these actors used to act and everything. So it was in a way a very good learning experience, I should say. But the worst part of being a junior artist is you always have to have food in a different place.
Oh, really?
Yeah, man.
You know what, like the segments of...
Oh, in the film industry, there are like hierarchies, okay? So
where you eat your food?
Yeah. So let me explain. So one, there is a table. Okay, so on the table, you have these directors, producers, stars, and some, favorite friends of producers and some beautiful women and everyone. They sit on the table. They're given like a 3-course meal. They're given like starters and desserts and everything. And then you have like normal food, like these typical, Udupi, like typical South Indian meals. You have such kind of food where you have like chapati, rice, and you got papad and everything. Then you've got the junior artists where...
What do you eat?
Yeah. If you take 2 chapatis, they'll come and they'll snatch 1 chapati from your plate. And it has happened to me. I didn't know this. So they'll give you rice.
Like a chapati?
Yeah. So they'll give you rice, okay? They'll give you rice. They'll pour sambar like this. And that is okay. But if you ask for an extra chapati, they'll come and snatch it. So once, I didn't know this. I asked this guy because I don't have a lot of rice. I love chapatis, okay? So I told him, chapati kodi, and that poor guy, he gave it to me, okay? Maybe that guy also was new. He didn't know this system. He gave me extra chapati. I'm about to, just take a piece of it. Some King Kong fellow, he comes, he just snatches this chapati. He's like, hey, 1 chapati ashte. If you want rice, so in Kannada, he's like, if you want rice, I'll give, don't take chapati. I'm like, bro, what? I'm working in Accenture, bro. I can feed your fucking... Oh, shit, sorry.
No,
yeah, please mute it. It came out naturally.
It's okay.
Yeah. I'm like, I can feed your production. How many people are there? 50 people. It's okay. I have a credit card. I'll pay it for 3 months. I can feed your entire people. At least be kind when it comes to food. Don't bring this system, this hierarchy when it comes to food. So this is horrible, man.
Is it the same even today? These things?
Is it? I think it is. In some production houses, it is. It is changing. It is changing.
But they do sit separate.
Yes.
Yeah, there are some big stars.
Really messed up.
Yeah, there are some big stars who are like so down to earth.
Who'll come and sit with everyone.
They'll sit with anyone. They don't have any airs of this, but I do understand from where this hierarchy comes. There are 2 sides to it, okay? There are people, for example, junior artists, okay? If you take them too close to you, they'll kind of latch on to you. They don't know where to draw a line. That is also there. Because many people, they lack that education and you can't help it. Maybe that is one reason why you have these hierarchies. It is understandable why it came from. But I mean, if you look at it from the lens of humanity, you do feel bad, man. I mean, what is that? It's just food. So I really wish that changes.
Difficult. I think it's just the way of the world. It's not just here.
Yeah, you can't just put into the bucket of black and white. It's a gray area.
It's a gray area. I want to talk to you about your stand-up, but at the same time, I don't have too much to ask you on that because I also want to talk about a few other things. But I think one of the things that stood out for me, and I wanted to ask you about stand-up, especially how long did you spend with stand-up?
With stand-up, okay. So with stand-up, what happened was, so there was this phase where, nothing was working out for me. I had quit my MBA for the sake of a film that's where I met Sangeetha, and the film didn't work. I didn't get any opportunities. I was horribly in debt. So I got back into working at a company, and the amount of money I was making was just to pay those huge EMIs. So life was pretty messed up. I set up a theater, a comedy group of my own along with a friend of mine.
Which was called?
So it was called as Trams. Oh. So this was a semi-improv theater group. So that we did for about 1.5 years.
So this is a group who used to perform.
Yeah, we used to perform.
Sell tickets. And
exactly.
And
Yes, yeah.
And watching your videos, I know you absolutely enjoyed. Connecting on that level.
Yeah.
How are you looking at stand-up?
Stand-up, yeah. Today, is it?
Yeah. Is that out of the thing?
See, to be very honest, I never enjoyed stand-up.
You didn't?
I never enjoyed stand-up.
Made you some money?
Yeah. So at that point of time, nobody was doing stand-up in Kannada.
Yeah.
It was happening in Tamil, in Hindi it was already mainstream.
This was pre-COVID.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this was pre-COVID. This was at the start of 2016, end of 2015, 2016. So this person by the name Anup Maya, he came up with this idea of setting up this group, and we somehow came along. So a group of 5 people, we came along, and we realized that nobody was doing urban Kannada a stand-up that targeted the youth.
Yes.
I felt, why not, let me just give it a shot, because I was doing nothing. I wanted to just try something. I ended up doing stand-up, and it opened very well. So that actually kick-started stand-up in Kannada. And I'm proud to say that, because we were the first team who started this. Yeah.
But why do you say you don't really...
See, I don't quite enjoy that art form, because it seems lonely. It's not very collaborative. I feel, it's a very lonely job. It's a very difficult job. It's a one man's journey. It gets very lonely, and I've done a lot of theatre. So I would appreciate
work in a team.
Exactly. I would really love to work in a team, and films are about collaborations. Even TV acting, you always have a TV actor whom you can respond to. Stand up, I find it a very lonely thing. There's also another thing to it. I feel audience today, they appreciate below the belt jokes a lot. And that has
not the simple...
Yeah. You try to come up with symbolisms. You try to have some, metaphors. You have some layers. You try to tailor in a social concept. It's like... the attitude is, come on, man, I've come here to,
Don't give me a message.
Yeah, just give me a message. Exactly, yeah. Just give me cheap entertainment.
And you can't entertain without a message. You'd rather have a message.
Yeah, I'd rather... See, I'll be happy to give them cheap entertainment, but then through the cheap entertainment, something has to come out, no?
Yeah.
Something has to come out. If I'm talking about pollution, I can talk pakka below the belt. I can crack jokes exactly like that, but then I want to tailor it into such a way that it creates some awareness.
Yeah.
Otherwise, what is the use of my... So it was very concept heavy for me.
Yeah.
I would want to do it. I don't know. Now I think my priorities are different. Maybe in the future, let's see.
Yeah. I was watching the videos you and Sangeetha also made at home, and so these sketches, right? More like a sketch.
Yeah.
But those also had a message.
It did, yeah.
Yeah, some of them, I can see the attempt. I can see the attempt that you're saying, okay, I'm giving you a joke, but I'm also trying to tell you something here.
Okay.
Which is again something not many people will try, right?
But maybe I'm not very good at it also, Adarsh. Otherwise, it would have become very popular. So let's face it, sometimes you need to, be very realistic about these things. If some video would have become very viral, it would have been very motivating, and I would be like, okay, fine. Maybe I have a very good skill here.
Sure.
But if nothing has worked out, I think, there is a time where you need to hang your boots. Okay.
So, yours and Sangeetha's stories, of course, you all have spoken about it, extensively on multiple platforms. But I think what I was kind of also interested in understanding from you is how did your view on work change after you met Sangeetha, and when you spent a lot of time with her? Was there knowledge shared? Was there, do you all discuss work? The way you looked at work, did it change after meeting her? Yeah, some of these things I just wanted to...
Yeah, definitely. See, because she completely came from the scratch. So she was not a person who was, balancing one career and, pursuing something else. This is what she did. So when a person is completely into one single field, there are a few areas where, that only comes out of experience. Simple thing, just asking payment from people. So that is she knows how to speak.
She's saying no. Maybe in comparison she's way better, man. In comparison she's like way better. And then in choosing the kind of work, so you see, for people who are just using this as like a parallel career option, we just try to do anything and everything. But she, even if she does not have a job, she's very choosy and she thinks a lot, because what she believes is every action has a consequence. So if I do this role today, how will it impact the audience? How will it impact herself and her career? So there's a lot of thought process that she puts into while selecting a character.
or a project, even though she does understand the uncertainty aspect that every film carries, but this is what she does. And I kind of started, thinking on those terms. I mean, it's not just you just have an option, you just grab it, or no. I mean, you need to go about thinking multiple ways around what opportunity you get also.
Okay.
So that is one thing. And then even in terms of just the craft, there are many things, man, many things. Just the fact about how do you sustain your emotions, like emotional continuity, they say.
Okay.
So from one scene to the other, so when they usually cut shots, so let's say they take a wide shot, you act in a certain way. When they come into a close shot, you need to continue that expression. Maybe I wasn't doing that very consciously. You need to be very cognizant of the fact that, you need to carry that emotion. You need to carry those expressions. Where did I stop? What about that continuity?
Oh, wow.
So things like that. And then, a few techniques like you can't just keep shaking and saying dialogues. I mean, audience is really going to get put off. Certain dialogues need to be said in a very stationary way. There are a few tricks. It's a craft, end of the day.
Nice.
So there's a lot of knowledge exchange that happens.
Do you give any advice, your opinions?
I don't have the guts, man. I don't think so. Any husband in this whole world should even muster the courage to advise his wife. Please.
Don't even get into it.
Even if you are A.R. Rahman, don't teach your wife how to make music. No, don't do that. Please.
Nice. But you have stood up for her at multiple points, and it is almost like when Sangeetha was here and she was speaking, right? It felt like your support for her, you might not be the most expressive about it, but it stays. It's just there, right? It's that's how it felt. The way she also spoke about all the consequences that came around everything that has happened with her. Was it stressful for you, or because I feel like you are looking at everything that unfolded at different points, all the stresses that were caused. Maybe you've looked at it very differently. It's actually very stressful. So I'll tell you why. The first thing is, if something happens to your loved one versus something happens to you, what causes you more pain? When you see your loved one is going through something, that gives you a lot of pain. And there are things that you cannot control. I mean, when you put up a post, especially on social media, you have 10 people commenting things about you. And these comments come on your post. And then there are like multiple other pages. How can you control all of that? Yeah.
It's impossible to control. And then, there's like widespread trolling that's happening. And, people are speaking shit about your woman, about me, and, about both of us. So there was also a friend of ours at that point of time who used to go around saying that I pimp her out.
Oh, wow.
And he was a friend. And so they recently
believe that this is a friend.
Yeah, exactly. They recently did some movie and all. I mean, they are nowhere now, but yeah. But yeah, I mean, so that's how people talk behind your back. And at this point of time, you get to know who's your friend, who was real, who was fake. So everything becomes very clear at this point of time. And when you start seeing through these things very clearly, oh man, life throws a different perspective at you completely. And I felt it was very, very important to be by her side because, one thing I realized at that point of time was husband and wife, they are a team. They both are one against the world. And you can't, I mean, that's something that you need to do.
Yeah.
No matter what the situation is, that had to be done. So yes, so these things were stressful, and sometimes even within the family you would need to educate them, make them aware of this.
That's what I was coming to. What about your side of the family? And them asking you things without having knowledge about why it's happening, right? Did you put an effort to solve for that, or did you let it? Some
areas where I knew that they would understand. So I'll tell you what, the greatest part was my parents and her mom. They were the most understanding people. So that solved a lot of things for us. But then
the
you have
first
these
circle was pretty
first
much
circle was very easy. Even the first circle of relatives, they were very supportive. They were very understanding about these situations. But then you have those second circles. Then you have those apparently close circles of friends who give you a lot of free advice. So they have their own set of perspectives. They're like yak bekito, sumnir bekaito tane, and stuff like that. But then you ignore, man. I mean, yeah.
Do you remember calling and blasting anyone?
Oh yeah. There was this one guy. Yeah, there was this one guy who was like, "What is wrong with you people? Why are you?"
You can get angry over it.
Huh?
No, I'm asking because it's all been like.
Yeah.
So I want to know if that side exists.
Now tell me something. Has the foreplay ended? I think we're going too deep into this foreplay. When will things happen? I want to get done with it and go home. Oh, but.
Yeah, you blasted someone.
I blasted this one guy.
What happened?
Who gave a lot of free advice. He was giving me that, he was saying things like, women should not speak up. It's a man's world.
Oh, wow.
And things like this. And I don't know from where feminism came inside me, man. I started giving like big lectures about feminism and all. And then I started doubting my own orientation. But yeah. So I blasted him. I did use, I gave respect just the way that 3-foot director gave me respect when he spoke about my mother and sister. Same. I touched upon his mother and sister. I think his wife also. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, it's stressful. And some of these things, right? They have such long-term effects.
Yeah.
Now, do you feel it was all worth it? Would you have, if given a chance, would you do things differently?
You know what? This had we known this reality about life that nothing's going to change here.
Meaning?
I mean, you cannot expect a paradigm shift. Like for example, you have a movement and suddenly it's done. Changes happen. Nothing happens like that. Yeah, I know it does create an impact, but maybe
nothing much happens.
Nothing much. I mean, I still remember. You remember this Lokpal bill?
Yeah.
Where the entire country was against corruption.
Yeah.
What has changed,
Nothing
man?
has
I walk into a government office and nothing has changed. And I don't know, maybe it's just that, I'm inching towards 40 now. So maybe another level of maturity has just, crept in. So.
Sangeetha, do you feel it was worth it today? I mean, after all of this?
Well, listening to people that I have met recently after, making a comeback, they say that, you have done something that nobody could have, even thought of doing. So it has helped a lot of women in the industry to be at least aware that these things happen. Yeah.
So that has happened.
Yeah. So by that I can say, a bit of impact has happened, like how we said.
Yeah.
But nothing has changed as to what I see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Still
Still
those
exists.
things still happen.
But I feel such things are needed. I mean, someone should be a Mangal Pandey, man.
Yeah, someone needs to do it.
You need that Sepoy mutiny.
That person becomes the bad one there.
Yeah.
You can help it.
So what, people still look at both of you in that lens? The ones who went against. The ones who...
I don't know. I think everyone is forgotten.
Yeah.
Everyone is
done.
forgotten. I think it's done. Yeah, it does have some residual effects, but it does not carry such a great impact is what I feel. Yeah, but it's there.
Nice. In terms of movies today, and not getting into the projects you're on right now, but even with that movie, right, Point of View, and that post that you put out saying, someone backed out last moment, and we're still putting it out there, and just talk me through the fact that, when you come from middle class, when you walk in this path without connections, it's filled with pain.
Yeah.
It's just filled with it. Even with the most amazing project, difficult.
Yeah.
It's really, and I know that putting out that work there was more of a, it's like, okay, I want to live free. I want this project to live out there.
Yeah.
And you had no expectations.
Yeah. Nothing.
You just wanted to do it.
Correct.
Right. So just walk me through that bit because I feel it's pretty important to kind of address it.
Yeah. So I'll start from where it started actually. So I was supposed to go on floors with a big project, okay, like proper feature film. And then what happened? Suddenly this investor, he backed out after all the planning. And now at that point of time, I was fired from a job because of some, budget layoffs. So I did not have a job at that point of time. This movie thing also didn't happen. I was frustrated to the core, man. I'm like, nothing is happening at all. And then at that point of time, I was like, okay, I keep talking to myself saying that, I can be creative. Okay, now let me be creative in trying to make, I wouldn't call it like a proper, your typical feature film, but I was like, let me make a content that is 90 minutes, which has a story structure of a typical feature film, even though it doesn't match on par with the technicalities of a regular feature film. But let me make a long form content with actors with something unique, something which not many people have done. So at this point of time, my brother, who was a biker, he had this camera. He had bought this camera where they fix it on their helmets.
GoPro.
Yeah, like a GoPro. It's called Insta360.
Oh.
I was like, anyway, this guy has a camera and I know editing. So why not mix two different styles of, unique styles of filmmaking? I remember watching this English movie called Searching, I think. And something similar they had made in Malayalam also called See You Soon. It's basically called a screen life. It's a new style of screen life. So it's basically whatever happens on the screen that is shown on screen to the audience. So they'll know whatever he's doing on the screen. I was like, okay, I know how to edit a film. Maybe I can, somehow create this effect. And let me mix these two styles. So now if you see across any industry, nobody has mixed these styles of filmmaking into a drama. So people use GoPros for action sequences or horror sequences. And then this screen life also is used for horror and thriller. I have tried to narrate a psychological drama and a love story with this. I don't know if it worked. I know. Now when I watch, I find, what mistakes. It's a little, there are lags and I could have made it better, a little more better technical quality. Maybe it could have had a voice of its own. But I got actors on board. I put a shooting schedule together. It was very challenging because when I had my brother bite the camera, so there was this bite mount which gives the illusion that he's just looking at stuff, so you never see the protagonist in the film. So the entire film, it's just through a voiceover, which implies that audience is sitting inside his head and looking through his eyes. Happening. Looking through his eyes. So the audience is sitting right behind his lens. So that was the idea behind this film. So I had it together. So I put the entire thing together, got it done, and I made sure I didn't spend a lot of money. In fact, I didn't spend money at all. It was just chai pani, roti kapda. That's it. Nothing else at all. And we ended up wrapping up this film. I took a lot of time to edit this because it had a lot of those visual effects of screens moving, scrolling. I had to create things happening on the phone. So I had to download like 400, 500 images, layer it one above the other. So it was a lot of editing effort. So I was learning on the go, and somehow it came together, man. I don't know if it worked or not, but then this was a test to myself. Can I write a 90-minute content? Can I bring in people together? Can I execute it with whatever limitations I have? Can I put it out in the open? And that's it. That was it. So the minute I just uploaded, I tried to sell it to a few OTT distributors, and they just held their stomachs and laughed when they saw the quality of the film. And obviously, they do have their own checklist. They say content films, but no, they have a list of technical expectations.
Which
and
you need to meet.
We have to meet those. And
you didn't meet it, so they were like...
they were like, and maybe they didn't like the idea also, and we need to accept that, But that was not my fight. So my expectation was just this: the idea, these limitations that I have, can I make a finished product? And that's it. That's all I did, and I was confident. That's it. I didn't even check how many views it has come. That's it. I just uploaded, shared it with a few people. I didn't even go and look at it. I don't even know under which channel I've put. I think
it's on your channel.
I don't know. There are 2-3 channels.
Okay.
That's it. So my relationship with that was done.
That was done.
Yeah.
What's gonna take for you to leave your job?
Lot of money. A hell lot of money.
Really?
Yeah, so that I can get rid of all those silly AMIs that I have, and a regular stream of a regular stream of income is needed, man. No matter what.
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
And why do I need to quit my job? So this is a thing that people have. I mean, quit your job, pursue your passion.
Yeah.
Hell no. You're going to get depressed when your passion throws a lot of No, you have to balance. I think it's a very age-old thing where they say quit your job and pursue passion. You have to balance.
You don't need to sometimes.
Yeah, you don't need to.
Yeah.
Because if you have a regular source of income from one stream, you don't have to do compromises in your field of passion.
Yeah. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah, and I am the example. I'm still doing it. And maybe I will still do it. Why would I quit my job? No, I mean, suddenly one fine day, you don't know, man. I mean, someone in my family falls sick. Where do I go for money at that point of time? Sometimes I used to abuse the corporate field. I know I'm still not happy with it. I still roast what happens within the corporate field where you're treated like a goat with an ID card. But damn, man, they do pay, they do secure your life.
They do.
Thank you. I hate my manager, but I hate you like I love you. You know that song.
I'm sure they know.
Yeah,
I'm sure they're very aware of. Yeah, I think it's money, right?
Yeah,
it goes down to that.
That's it.
If there was more cash, maybe then you'd write bigger films and
exactly.
do more things.
Exactly. See, let's say tomorrow I make a movie, or maybe as an actor I get some great opportunity. I get a lot of money. Then I'll say tata bye bye.
Not required.
Yeah. Why would I need it? But then if it's not happening, I have to be a little sensible. No. So
where's the serial going?
Serial is going. It'll keep going until it keeps going. And even after you and me are gone, it'll still keep going. That's what a serial is. Look at the word serial. It is a serial. That's what it is, man.
It's a serial.
Yeah. But so maybe if I tell them I'm not able, if I get old, if I lose all my hair and if I don't have it in me, my son would have grown. They'll build one love story for him. So they're very talented. They'll just go on.
They'll
go
figure it out.
Yeah, it'll go. So as long as it runs, okay. But in today's world, if it does not get the TRPs that it's needed,
they cut it off.
They'll shut shop.
Oh.
Yeah.
So this is measured like on a monthly basis?
On a weekly basis. So it's a weekly fight.
So right now you all are doing...
Yeah. Right now we are on the top. Let's see, but I mean, it's an every week fight. Poor thing. It is. This fight is mostly for the writers and the director. See, actors, we just do our job like we did last week. I mean, there won't be any variation, but writers have to innovate every single week. That's why I have a lot of respect for writers, man. They are really amazing. But unfortunately, they're not respected enough. They're not paid enough. I feel they have to be paid more than the director and the star of the film.
Wow.
Yeah.
And this is a salary basis or what? Or episode basis?
For us, it's a per day basis.
It's a per day basis for shoot?
Yeah, for shoot. So if I'm called like 10 days per month.
So if you intentionally mess up a shoot, you can make more money. Like I'm saying.
Now you're giving me a kick-ass idea. Why did I think of this?
Intentionally take longer.
Now I think the foreplay is over. Because I can feel it now. This is a very orgasmic feeling of a great idea.
But no, can you really do that? I really want to know. No. Oh, you have a deadline.
I have a deadline.
Today, this is the goal.
That's Finish it and go. And it's very difficult for them also because on a serial set, you have around 60 stakeholders.
Wow.
Minimum. So
people who basically put in money to the
put in money and effort names and everything. So you can't mess around with that. So there are some ethics to it also.
Of course. What is that one project you both have dreamt of that we need this to our name.
Yeah, we are actually working on it, but
Something that is way beyond your league now, but you know that.
Yeah. We are trying to work towards it. Work is happening. We will let you know.
Sure.
I'll let you know first because you've been a great psychiatrist.
Wow, just come down to this.
Yeah. So you can actually change the P in your this thing as psychiatrist on Adarsh's psychiatrist network. Yeah,
But it's in the field of filmmaking.
Yeah. It is in the field of filmmaking. So let's see what. But yeah, I mean, it's always filled with challenges and uncertainties, and we've been going through that since a very long time.
No, I'll tell you, right. So this is also something I've kind of a lot of these things I've also accepted. See, so even for me, it's like, okay, coming from a middle class family. All these big dreams, then you realize, okay, this is what is called art. This is where you follow your heart, this, that. But again, meeting more and more people here, right? You understand certain realities, right? Where you come from has an impact in terms of how fast or how far you can go. This is the reality. You cannot escape it. You want to cry about it and quit it, nobody's going to come save you. You still want it.
Yeah, correct. Yeah,
something happens, good.
That's
something
true.
doesn't happen, be happy you tried, but there is no guarantee.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I think we are all like abused dogs here.
Yeah, this is the and I've seen, right? I mean, people with much lesser talent, much lesser hard work.
Yeah, true.
Really,
That is very true, man.
and you see them just walk past like a breeze.
Yeah,
and you're like, you just did that much.
Yeah.
And you got so far along.
Yeah,
I've been
so true.
grinding my ass here.
Yeah. So true. So
And,
true.
but that's how it is.
That's life, man.
That's how it is.
Yeah,
but it's okay.
Yeah.
I think I also feel that things are changing, and it is the middle class that will make the best piece of art as well.
Yes,
because they know both sides of the world.
Yeah, correct.
They know both sides of the world. And that's why I feel like the stories we say are the most relatable things ever, right? If you're born into the elite, you're never going to write the most real story.
Yeah, that's true.
But if you're really on the other side of the thing as well, you'll never have the confidence to dream as well. So we fall like
correct.
right in the middle.
Right in the middle. See?
Yeah.
The average. We just spoke about it. Yeah.
And it's a nice place to be in.
Yes.
It's a nice place to be in.
Yeah, it's fun.
Thanks, Sudarshan.
Thank you so much.
This was
good.
This was good. 1 hour 20 minutes of entertainment.
Really, we spoke so much. Huh? Damn, man. I feel I can still go on and on.
Surely.
But that's all. Need to achieve more.
Yeah, 100%.
I need at least 2 hours of coverage and the 100th episode.
100th episode.
I'm going to work hard. I hope I'll at least be on your... Wait, let me be realistic. 500th episode? Yeah.
Oh, no, that's very realistic.
Realistic.
That's how we are dreaming at least.
Yeah, good.
If we don't dream like that, this is not going anywhere.
Yeah.
We
true.
have to.
Yeah, that's true.
No other way.
Yeah.
But I think next time we'll have you and Sangeetha on
together. Yeah.
By then we would have advanced with few more cameras and few more
Nice.
But yeah, thanks man. Thanks
Thank
for
you
coming.
so
I
much.
think this
Thank
was
you.
a lot of fun.
Yeah. Thank you.
I knew this was going to be a fun episode.
Yes.
All the best for your serial. And yeah, it's exciting to see what other things you're gonna work on.
Yeah, let's see.
It's interesting that you still have that same passion to try out new things. I don't think you're ever gonna back out from that. I don't think you're ever gonna back out from that. One thing I didn't ask you, I just remembered, right? In terms of we're all chasing fame at some level. There is a part of you that chases fame as well. Yes, no.
So I used to chase
I just
fame.
want to get your view on this.
Yeah, so I used to chase fame. I really wanted that woman very badly in my life. That fame was this ultimate Hema Malini but then I've spent a very long duration of my life where nothing happened at all, and now I have a broken relationship with fame, and I hate fame. I'll be very, very honest.
Yeah.
Maybe I want fame only because it guarantees more work.
Yeah.
That's it. I don't want fame because I want, a bunch of people who would run to me, take selfies and all. That is not why I want fame. So it's just about work now. I just want to do good work. I want to sleep peacefully at night. I want to eat peacefully and do some great creative work, man. It's just about work now. That's it. It's that idea into a product, whether it's acting or writing or direction or whatever it is. It is that from nothing to something. That is my journey. That's all I want. Yeah.
That's nice. Usually I would ask this earlier, but I think I already knew the answer. But I wanted to clarify how you look at it.
Okay.
That's all.
Yeah.
So anyway, this was Sudarshan for all of you. Complete entertainment, man. It was like amazing.
This
Complete entertainment. My jaws are hurting.
Hey, therapy session. Doctor is very good. Please consult him. Get on Practo.
I gotta start charging at some point.
Yeah.
At some point.
On Adarsh Psychiatrist Network. See, I gave a new name.
See. Yeah. This was Sudarshan. I hope you'll have enjoyed this. The next time, I think it's going to be different. We always love to do this. If you watched till here, please let us know that you have and let us know what you liked about it. And we'll see you again, Sudarshan.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thanks everyone.
Thank you.